Prominent Mozambican journalist Joao Chamusse has been found dead outside his home in the outskirts of the capital, Maputo, in a suspected murder. Local media says he was killed by unknown assailants and that neighbors had him screaming for help in the early hours of Thursday. Fellow journalists say Chamusse had a wound on his head and a machete and gardening hoe found near his body. Chamusse, the co-owner of the editor of the Ponto Poa Ponto, a privately owned online weekly newspaper, contributed commentary critical of the government on a local TV station. The paper says its editorial director was a victim of murder with a knife. Now, Dr. Wilker Dias, a political and security analyst, joins me from Beira, Mozambique, to unpack this latest very unfortunate development. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Now, what potential political implications might arise from the suspicious death of this prominent journalist, and how could it impact the current political landscape of Mozambique?
So now Mozambique are living one of the most critical political situation right now. So that murder is one form to try to kill the freedom speech here in Mozambique. The civil society space are more closed at last year. So that's that case in particular is one example of all those things. It's the one form also to try to kill the democracy here in Mozambique. We have so many things right now. It's not only that murder, but if you look, we have the election problems, the local election problems after on that year, and with the repetition of the election is the other big problem. So Mozambique right now have the many problems in the political area. So that murder is one attempt to try to silence the public opinion. It's not only for the public opinion in the streets, on the television also, because if you look, Chamusse is one of the most critical of the government, but the most part of the time he told the truth. He tells the truth, but it's not the most strong person here in the public opinion in Mozambique. We have so many, but I think that journalist is the one type of the example to try to show the other persons in the same area. If you're going to the same way, maybe you're dead in the same way.
Now, let's talk about historical patterns. Are there historical patterns of violence against journalists in Mozambique, and how might this incident contribute to a broader understanding of press freedom and also safety in the country?
If you look, for example, for the current government, that is the third person are suffering with that attempt, physical attempt. But in that case, unfortunately, is the dead case. So, but if you look, we have the other actors of the journalist area are suffering with that attempt. So I think in Mozambique in particular, the media sector are so affected of that type of the case. For example, we have other person of the manager of the one right now is the most famous television here in Mozambique are suffering with one attempt right now. I think in the 2 or 3 weeks ago, and the people are scared, so scared about that whole situation, and that is the one most part of the example of the civil society are so very close on that last time. So I think the journalist area, the commenters of the analysts of the political area in Mozambique in particular are scared. So all people are scared of that situation. So we need to wait. But I think that situation maybe are created the more conflicts in the political sector, more unsatisfaction of the persons here, in Mozambique to go into the streets and maybe I created one form or one type of the revolution in the streets. So maybe in the future we'll see all that process. We need to wait, but I think the authorities maybe need to create the other form to try to sit with the civil society and to solve that problem. I think to put the people in that situation like of Joao is the bad thing we have, and this is not a good example for the Africa and the future generation here in Mozambique.
Yeah, so, I mean, rather very unfortunate development. But thank you so much for your time, Dr. Wilker Dias.
Thank you.